There is a name in Higo you do not speak after dark. I heard it first in a temple town near Yatsushiro, where an old widow pinched out the lantern before she said Kasha. The room smelled of wet tatami and cedar ash. Her hands shook afterward. I walked the Higo road in the rainy month, past paddies full of frog noise and shrines blackened by old smoke. The mountain paths held a sweet rot of pine needles. Villagers hurried funeral processions before thunder gathered over the ridges. Beyond Kumamoto, the road narrowed between bamboo and stone ditches. I slept one night beside a Jizo shelter and woke to bells from a hillside temple. The paper screen beside me felt cold as river skin. By morning, 3 crows had settled on the mortuary roof. The name was written with signs for fire cart in some tellings, though few villagers cared for written forms. They said Kasha and lowered their voices. Some monks called it a hell cart attendant. Farmers in Higo said it was a cat grown monstrous on death smoke. In Iyo and Harima, I heard other shades of the same name. Elsewhere, it leaned closer to bakeneko, the changed cat, or nekomata, the fork-tailed elder beast. Yet at funerals, the difference narrowed. Whatever the title, it came for bodies before burial. The first full account reached me in Bunsei 12, as copied by a temple servant whose grandson still kept the wrapping cloth. A cooper from a village outside Uto died in summer fever. During the wake, the room held the sour smell of incense, soaked by rain. His sister, Oharu, sat by the coffin with a rosary looped twice around her wrist. She told the family that the house cat had not eaten for 2 days and kept staring upward at the rafters. Near midnight, she heard claws on wood above the altar. When the storm broke, the shutters slammed open together. A black shape dropped through the smoke hole and landed on the coffin lid. Oharu told me it was cat-shaped, but larger than any dog in the village. Its fur smelled singed, like straw blown into a hearth. The men rushed forward with poles. Then thunder struck so close that the room flashed white, and everyone bent away. In that breath, the lid burst aside. The corpse was gone. Oharu said she spent 9 nights sleepless, hearing a tail drag across the roof tiles. After that road, I began listening for the pattern before the name. Mourners spoke first of weather, a sudden squall, a swirl of black cloud over the eaves. Temple candles guttered sideways, though no doors stood open. The air turned hot and foul near the dead. Many houses watched their cats when a body lay inside. If the animal leaped across the corpse, fear moved through the room like spilled oil. They shut every cat in the storehouse until burial. I heard scratching there beneath the rice bins. There were prayers used for this. Some priests laid razors, metal tongs, or rosaries on the coffin lid, though customs shifted by province. Others stationed several men beside the bier with staffs. Nobody laughed during those vigils. The charcoal brazier glowed red and made no comfort. One taboo returned more often than any other. Nobody praised the dead body's freshness or beauty. Such words were thought to draw hungry things. I heard this in 3 provinces. An old monk in Amakusa spoke it while rain tapped the paper screens. In Tosa, the being came less as a cap seen plain and more as a storm-born shape with wheels of fire beneath it. Boatmen there described sparks over grave hills. They smelt salt wind and cremation smoke together. Their funerals feared the sky more than rafters. I was told of Kasha that wore the manner of ordinary house cats until the sutras began. Then the spine rose, the face lengthened, and the paws struck like hands. A dyer's wife remembered the stink of wet fur near the incense table. Far north, some accounts folded the corpse thief into mountain tengu, or oni servants of hell. Those tellings disagreed with Kyushu priests who insisted on the cat shape. I copied both. At a post station in Dewa, snowmelt dripped steadily through the night bucket. The oldest mention I could firmly place came through Buddhist Setsuwa and later Edo compilations that tied Kasha to punishments of the wicked. Konjaku Monogatari carried the broader fear of hell carts seizing bodies. In later Kaidan books, the cat drew nearer, and the funeral room narrowed. I also found a temple register in western Japan, smoke-stained at the corners, that noted a body lost during a storm and recovered on a pine slope with marks like claws in the mud. The brushwork had run from damp. A bell rope hung nearby, stiff with mildew. What the road taught me was simple. People feared Kasha most when grief had made them slow and tender. The dead were washed, dressed, and guarded with care. Yet danger was said to enter at that same hour. I learned to hear mourning and fear sharing one room. I have carried this name through Higo, Iyo, Mino, and Dewa, and each time the lamps burned lower when it was spoken. Tell me a story from your province that didn't make it onto paper.